Hey guys, welcome back! After completing the first half of our Kyushu journey, it's time to head back there and finish up this mini-series, starting with a short tour of Fukuoka City. The question is, how should we head there from Tokyo? Fukuoka's on the opposite side of Japan. The cheapest and fastest way is to fly, so after buying my ticket, heading to Narita Airport, checking in, and waiting to board the plane, an announcement was made that said, due to maintenance, the flight had just been cancelled. Oh man. On top of that awful news, the next flight available isn't until tomorrow morning, which means instead of spending a day in Fukuoka, we would barely see it at all. I can't let that happen. How can I show you guys Kyushu and skip one of its prefectures? That's not happening. No way. So, I have to go to Plan B, which involves hopping on this Narita Express train to leave the airport as quickly as possible. What can you do? These situations happen. We've now arrived at Tokyo Station, which, by the way, is a beautiful building that originally opened in 1914 and has more than 300,000 people passing through it every day. We'll make our way through this busy station and take an alternate route to Fukuoka. We might not be flying through the air to go there, but instead we'll be more or less flying on the ground. Today's ride to Hakata Station in Fukuoka Prefecture will be on this N700A bullet train, or Shinkansen, as it's called here in Japan. First released in 2013, the A variant of this model stands for Advanced, and along with a few other improvements, it has more stopping power with modified brake discs, and can go around curves even faster than the regular N700 model. With a top speed of 300 km per hour, we'll arrive at Hakata Station in about 5 hours. It's longer than the 2 hours it would have taken us to fly there, but traveling by Shinkansen has its perks. There's no pesky security check to go through, for one. There's a lot more leg room. And we get to see some nice views along the way. Besides all that, there are what they call ekiben, or boxed meals, that are sold at the train station. In fact, many train stations have become famous simply due to their uniquely made ekiben made from local special dishes. Today I got this one that has grilled meat over rice with both pickled and simmered vegetables, along with a Japanese omelet. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Fukuoka Prefecture has some really neat sights, including Ohori Park, Nanzuin Temple, the Zaifu Tenmangu Shrine. The list goes on and on. Unfortunately, I won't be able to show you these places today due to the flight issues we had earlier. But now that we're about to arrive, let's see what I can show you. Fukuoka City is not only the biggest city in Fukuoka Prefecture, but in all of Kyushu, with a population of just under 1.6 million people, making it the 5th largest city in all of Japan. Ramen is famous throughout Japan, and Fukuoka is one of the main hubs for it. We could eat ramen at one of the many restaurants that serve it here, but why not have it at a more unique establishment? There are many food stalls, or yatai, on the streets here in Fukuoka. They serve all kinds of dishes besides ramen, including yakitori, horumon, and something called oden. No, not oden. Oden is a kind of hot pot that usually consists of boiled eggs, yam cakes, radishes, and fish cakes in a light soy sauce broth. A yatai isn't a place where you typically go to get a top-notch meal. They usually make simpler foods here, and have more of a party vibe to them, where you're sitting elbow to elbow with friends or strangers and enjoying some drinks and snacks along with a main dish. These yatai are usually open from 6 p.m. until around 2 a.m., and they're mostly located throughout the center of Fukuoka City. Eating ramen at a yatai is pretty popular, especially for the locals here. The question is, which one should we go to? After reading several reviews online, Tomo-chan is the one I decided on for today's dinner. This food stand makes a ramen known as nagahama. This is a tonkotsu-style ramen, which means that the soup broth is made by boiling pork bones to give it a creamy consistency. So why is this place so popular? Let's take a look at how they make their ramen. First, they mix the pork broth soup with the base. Then add in the ramen noodles. These are usually relatively thin noodles. Finally, they mix in some green onions along with some sliced pork. And there you go. Bon appetit, or itadakimasu, as they say here in Japan. Even though this is a pork broth ramen, this one's not as heavy as others that I've had. This shop's dish also doesn't have as many toppings as it does in traditional restaurants. With that said, this is a good food stand to get a lighter pork broth ramen dish at. The atmosphere here is pretty fun too. Oh, I also decided to get a side dish of yakitori, that dish that I mentioned earlier. After washing everything down with a beer, let's see a bit more of what this city has to offer. Fukuoka is a city with many rivers. 4 of them to be exact. And with these rivers come lots of bridges. One of the more famous bridges here is called the Fuku-Haku Deai Bridge. This name comes from the meeting place between the traditional samurai city of Fukuoka and the once merchant city of Hakata, which is now one of Fukuoka City's wards. It's definitely a beautiful bridge. This guy appreciates it too. Another famous site in this area is the shopping mall and entertainment complex called Canal City Hakata. This place has 250 shops, cafes, and restaurants, along with a stage theater, game center, movie theaters, and 2 hotels. Its name comes from the canal that runs down the middle of it. It's a pretty impressive place for sure. It's also lit up beautifully at night. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this short tour of Fukuoka. It's not quite as in-depth as I'd originally hoped for, but we'll make up for it in the next episode, where we'll explore Kyushu's quietest prefecture called Saga. There we'll see a couple of really cool places, including an archaeological site with over 2,000 tombs dating back to Japan's Yayoi period, as well as a town that makes world-famous porcelain pottery. Until then, take care.